Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic day. The lights in the studio were brighter than usual that evening, or maybe it only felt that way because Mark Consuelos had never felt so exposed. Cameras hovered, the audience buzzed with anticipation, and millions watched from home, expecting charm, humor, and the confident smile they had adored for years. What they didn't expect was silence. Mark sat still, hands folded, eyes distant. When the host asked a simple question about love, something shifted. The practiced ease slipped away, replaced by a heaviness that seemed to settle in his chest. "I think," Mark said slowly, his voice quieter than anyone had ever heard it, "we don't talk enough about how love can end, even when it was real." The room froze. Fans leaned closer to their screens. Social media paused mid-scroll. This wasn't a tease for ratings. This was something else. For decades, Mark had been the symbol of lasting love, the kind people pointed to and said, if they can make it, maybe love really does last forever. His relationship had looked effortless from the outside. Laughter on red carpets, supportive glances, shared dreams. But love, Mark knew now, had layers no camera could ever capture. "I gave everything I had," he continued, swallowing hard, "and so did she. But sometimes love doesn't fail because it wasn't strong enough. Sometimes it ends because people grow differently." His confession rippled through the audience like a quiet wave. No names were spoken, no details revealed, yet everyone understood the weight behind his words. That night, fans remembered the early days, the stories Mark used to tell about falling in love unexpectedly, about long conversations that lasted until sunrise, about believing he had found home in another person. Love had once felt permanent, unbreakable, almost sacred. But time, as it always does, had rewritten the story. In private moments, Mark had wrestled with the guilt of letting go. Love doesn't disappear all at once. It fades in fragments. A missed conversation here, a silence there. Two people sitting in the same room, feeling miles apart. "The hardest part," he admitted, his eyes shining, "is accepting that endings don't erase what came before. We didn't lose the love, we lived it." Somewhere in the crowd, someone wiped away tears. Online, fans flooded comment sections with heartbreak emojis and words of support. Many had grown up watching Mark's love story unfold. Now they were watching it close its final chapter. After the show, headlines exploded. Mark Consuelos' emotional confession shocks fans. Speculation ran wild, but what stayed with people wasn't the mystery, it was the honesty. In a world obsessed with perfect endings, Mark dared to speak about imperfect truths. Later that night, alone in his quiet home, Mark replayed memories like old photographs, the laughter, the arguments, the promises whispered in the dark. Love had shaped him, even in its ending, and though his heart ached, there was also gratitude. "I'm not broken," he said softly to himself. "I'm changed." Days passed. Interviews came and went. Fans sent letters, some sharing their own stories of love lost, others thanking him for saying what they couldn't. Mark realized that his confession had become something bigger than himself. It had given people permission to grieve love without shame. Love stories, he understood now, don't always end with forever. Some end with lessons, some with quiet respect, some with heartbreak that slowly turns into understanding. And as Mark stepped into the next chapter of his life, he carried one truth with him. Love ending doesn't mean love failed. It means it was brave enough to exist. Somewhere out there, fans still believed in love, not because it lasts forever, but because even when it ends, it leaves something beautiful behind.